Okay, this one is a follower submission, and it is, am I the astronaut for taking my roommate's dogs to the pound and not telling him? Start right off here. Backstory, I, 38 female, have lived with my roommate, 50 male, for 7 years. He has rented a room for me the entire time. After COVID hit, he was in and out of jobs, and due to that, I was very flexible in when he paid his part of the bills. We split the household bills 50-50. After COVID, he was still jumping from job to job for no reason other than he got too drunk to show up and kept getting fired. After a year of him not paying his rent, I got fed up. A year. Wow. And told him he either needed to get and keep a job and get fully caught up, he was approximately $10,000 in the hole to me, or he needed to be out by a specific date. I was so fed up I was willing to chalk up all the money for him to just be out. Side note, over the years he lived with me, he acquired 3 dogs. Of the 3, one of which he had put down for no reason other than he had convinced himself she was sick, which she wasn't. He took her to a shady vet that didn't ask questions. The second he adopted from the pound during COVID because he wanted a playmate for the first dog. Then the third he took in from a friend as an until they found a new apartment situation, and that turned into, oh, we decided not to, so she is yours now. I personally had 2 dogs of my own. His first dog, a Doberman, and one of mine, Mutt, were best friends and played together all the time. When he got the second dog, a pit bull, he didn't introduce him to the existing dogs properly, and a blood brawl happened with my other dog, also a mutt, so we started keeping them separated. As for the third dog, she was afraid of everything, so she separated herself. Anyway, back to the story, my roommate decided that I was just joking and wouldn't actually kick him out. So even though I continuously stayed on his case about job hunting, when he was going to pay me, etc., I even started asking if he had found a new place to live as the time drew closer to the date I gave him. He still didn't do anything to attempt to get caught up. So when the day finally came, he just happened to stay at a friend's house the night before. I had the locks changed and texted him to come get his belongings, as I had put everything neatly in the garage in boxes and garbage bags. He never came, and he has not texted or called once. I already live paycheck to paycheck and feed my own dogs before I feed myself most weeks, and now feeding his 2 remaining dogs has made it even harder. So because the pit is reactive to all dogs, I didn't feel like I could rehome him on my own, and all the rescues in the area were full up. I took them both to a no-kill shelter after 30 days. He hasn't contacted me, and I messaged him that he had till the day before I took them to come get them. Well, a week after I did, his sister called to say she was coming out to get the dogs and his stuff. I told her the truth, and now his whole family and some of his friends are blowing up my phone, and someone even called animal control on my dogs being vicious. They don't leave my yard, and both are afraid of their own shadows, so the animal control guy just laughed. I felt I did the best thing for his dogs, one of which was already adopted. So am I the astronaut for taking the dogs to the pound? Man, that's not a fun situation to be in at all. Roommate definitely is. We can send him straight there. He abandoned them. Straight up abandoned them. Just left him behind. And even when somebody reached out to come get him, it wasn't even him. Like, he couldn't even do that. He had to have somebody else do it. And yes, she did give him notice. I know a lot of people have strong feelings about shelters, whether they say they're no-kill or not. It's still being a risk. I agree it's a risk, but what choice did she have? I don't think he left her a choice at all. He abandoned them. Something had to be done. She did the best thing that she could. NTA for OP here. I don't know that anything could have been done differently here. I really don't know. I don't know that it could have been done differently at all. She was given no choice and did the best thing that she could. Also, gave this dude a year before finally speaking up and being like, okay, here's a deadline on this. We have to do something about this. This is not going to work out.